Hey, y'all. Welcome to today's episode of the Squad podcast. I'm your host, Coach Tasha Moore, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. Sis, it's just me and you here today. We're going to talk through a subject that I believe every woman can relate to, no matter where you are in life. I've had so many of them in mind, and we're talking about plot twists. Hello and hello again. But y'all, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm glad to have you guys here. Where are we with our goals for this week? Did we meet them? I'm going to be honest. Today is Tuesday, and we got home really, really late yesterday, so I'm behind on my goals for this week, honestly, and that's okay because that happens. You met your goals. Give yourself a hug. Ooh, love, 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 love on you. You didn't. That's okay. I'm right here with you, clapping it up, clean slate. We're starting again. That's where I am this week, truthfully and honestly. And that's okay, y'all. It happens. We get off track. So, sis, today it's just you and me. And I want to talk to you about good old plot twists. Have y'all had them? Right? This episode is for every woman who's ever had something not go according to plan, and you sat there and you thought, okay, this is not what I thought was going to happen. But here I am, okay? I've had so many. And so first thing I want to talk about is the plan versus what I got. Y'all, whoo, child, listen. So many times in my life, I am a big controller, so to speak. I like for things to go like, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to go. I'm a very big, like, this is the plan type of person. And the older I get, the more I realize that Tasha's plan is not always a God plan, right? And so I'm learning that I need to leave room and space for plot twist. It's a little difficult for me, honestly. I'm going to be truthful and transparent. I'm learning it's so important to leave room for them because they're going to happen. Life is not always going to go the way that we hope for, that we plan for. And so when I think about plot twist, what my career would be like, where I am now is totally not where I saw myself. Marriage, yeah, I'll say I am where I thought I would be with that. Yes. Okay. Marriage, I'll say yes because it's like, is it? Honestly, I didn't ever. I wanted to get married. You know, the girl with the princess dress and all the things, but I also didn't know if someone would be able to love me the way that I wanted to be loved. And motherhood, maybe that's your thing. Like it hasn't happened or it has happened in different ways. And so we can always sit back and say, I'm not where I thought I would be. This is not how I thought my life would look, right? Um, so take a second to think about like what was your original plan? Mine was to have twins. I wanted twins so bad. To be an attorney, I'm not one. And I'm trying to think of where I wanted to live. I feel like I had that planned out too. But yes, marry a prince, of course. I have twins. I wanted a set of twins and to be an attorney. And that was my plan. And I was going through school. I'm gonna be an attorney, I'm gonna be an attorney, I'm gonna be a lawyer, I'm gonna be a lawyer. And I'm not. So what's the chapter that I'm living in? I am married. I do not have twins. My youngest two are a year and a half apart though. I have three daughters, none of them which were twins. I am absolutely not an attorney. The chapter that I'm in is hosting the Squad podcast out here in these real estate streets and helping encouraging women to be the best version of themselves. So, hey, here we are. We're always fighting for the best version of us, right? And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. When things don't go as planned, y'all, it's okay. So, second thing, what do we do when the plot twist hits, y'all? What do we do? What do we do when the plot twist happens? I'm going to tell y'all some plot twist moments in my life. I'm not going to go through all of them because there's so many. Plot twist. Oldest daughter born 9 years, okay, cool. 9 years before we have our second daughter. I am living my best life, navigating new baby and a 9-year-old. And I told my husband, I just keep feeling so tired. And I don't know why. I have no idea why I feel so tired. He was like, new baby, it's okay. And I'm like, yeah, it's something internal though. I feel like it's internally tired. And so for kicks and giggles, I'm like, I'm going to take a test and see. And I'm like, I know I can't be because, I went to the doctor, got our, non-pregnancy plan done, all the things. So I'm like, there's no way. And I told him, but I'm just internally tired. Y'all, it was positive. And I'm like, I just had a baby. I literally just had a baby. So there's like no way. And so I make a doctor's visit. They think I'm coming to change my birth control. Yep. Nope. They come back and they're like, okay, well, you're due. And I'm like, wait, due when? What's due? She was like, your baby. What baby? And she was like, I thought you knew you were pregnant. I was coming for confirmation, so I'm gonna need y'all to confirm, right? And she was like, oh, yes, you're pregnant. And I was like, I just had a baby. And she goes, we usually don't like people to have them this close together. You think? And so I told my husband, gotta be a boy. It has to be because we're having a third one right after we had the second. Gotta be a boy. First plot twist, did not expect to be pregnant that soon. Second, nope, another girl. My husband's like, it's a girl. It's a girl. I'm like, no, it has to be a boy. Like, this was not necessarily our plan. And it was a girl again. And one of the most beautiful things, all of our daughters are absolutely amazing. But that was definitely a plot twist for us. It was like, got two that close and all the things. And so that was one plot twist in my life. Another was while mine were little, I always try to have a work from home something that I can do. So I started decorating cakes, baking and decorating cakes because your girl had convinced herself she was supposed to open a bakery. Yes, I did, y'all. I told my husband, I gotta open up a bakery and I have this wonderful idea. I'm gonna do like donuts in the morning to reflect the flavor of cupcakes in the afternoon. So on the way to work, people can get donuts and on the way home, they can get cupcakes. He was like, do you know how many cupcakes and donuts you're gonna have to sell? He was supportive, but he was like, okay, let's reel this in. Y'all, I have had so many plot twists in my life for ideas that I was like, this is it. This is the next big idea. And my husband was like, no, babe. Like, yeah, it's great and it sounds wonderful in theory, but no. So anyway, y'all, I've had so many plot twists, detours, disasters, all the things that have happened. I used to sell Scentsy and I didn't do 31. I did Scentsy. I did Pampered Chef. I did, what else? The wrap things. I did those. I did ISO tea. You name it. Your girl was out here trying to hustle. Now looking back, I can laugh, but y'all, I tried so many things. There were so many plot twists because life just happens, right? When I was young, husband, we had to be apart for a while. So that definitely was not in our plan. So there's so many things that are plot twists that will happen in your life and they're okay. Plot twists are okay. Because y'all know when you watch a good movie and the plot twist happens and you go, ooh, you didn't see that coming. Life is like that sometimes, y'all. You will not see the thing coming towards you, and that's okay. And in those moments, y'all, you might feel lost. You definitely are going to feel frustrated. I remember, like, I just kept thinking, how am I going to do two small children? I felt the thought of it felt so overwhelming. Like, what if I can't do it? What if I'm, one of them, something happens to one while I'm looking at the other one? I'm like, so I wasn't a young mom, but I kind of was. But just wrapping my mind around the thought of two humans, two little humans that I was going to have to take care of, and they were only a year and a half apart. And so you might feel frustrated. You might feel lost. You might feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. And sometimes you may even be disappointed in the plot twist because you thought it was going to be this. You started a business and you thought it was going to be thriving. That's me. Raised both my hands on that. And it didn't work out the way that I thought. And so maybe you feel frustrated and sad about that. And that's okay. So What I want you to know is that it's okay to grieve what you wanted that did not happen, and you cannot stay stuck there. Do you hear me? It is okay for you to grieve what you thought your life would be. You can't stay there. You have to come to a place of what is. All right? Do y'all hear me? You cannot get stuck in what you wanted. All right. So let me share with you what the twist taught me. Okay. What God taught me in the twist was my resilience, that I could come back from things. And his plan is greater than any one I could ever come up with. God's plan for my life is greater than any one I could have ever thought about. Wanted a son, we don't have one. Those three girls, let me tell you something. They are the best things in my life, some of the best things in my life, truthfully and honestly. And the narrative for me was we needed to have a son. Like, my husband needs a son. And we have these three beautiful humans that I get the pleasure of being their mom. And y'all, they've taught me so many lessons about myself. I can navigate hard things, having two little ones at the house. Y'all, I became a van driving mama, which I said I would never do. I will not have children back to back, was what I told myself. I just wanted the twins, so they were together. And like all these stories I had created about being a good mom, like it doesn't have to be perfection. My house isn't going to be clean. I got two little ones running around here and tearing up all the things. And that just was what was. And so it taught me resilience. It taught me God's plan is better than anyone I could ever come up with. It taught me I don't have to be in control of all the things, and everything does not have to be perfect. Did y'all hear me? I do not have to be in control of all the things, and everything does not have to be perfect. It taught me to stop trying to make everything perfect all the time. It took away my want to be a perfectionist. Like, I didn't want to be anymore because it was too hard to try to keep up with being perfect. The perfect mom, perfect wife. Like, it was way too hard for me to try to keep up with that. And so I decided I don't want to. I don't want to keep up with trying to be perfect. I want to be me. My house is going to be a mess. You come over here, you either like it or you don't. Cool, because it is what it is. I didn't want to drive a van. It was so much easier to push that button and them doors slide open for them two little ones to hop in. My oldest was able to get it on her own. But the two little ones, y'all, outside in the rain with groceries and uh, uh, an infant and a toddler. Listen, I need all the doors to open on my own. As a matter of fact, I need the car to drive itself, okay? Get me where we're going. Please fasten in a hurry. And life threw so many curveballs with like doctor's appointments and sickness and stuff. It just was like, woo. And it taught me so much about who I was. Moments where I felt like I would break, having to pick myself up and keep going because I had to, even though I didn't want to. Are y'all with me? Having to pick yourself up because you have to, even when you don't want to, you don't feel like it. Those are going to happen. And so, how I evolved in the plot twist was knowing that what God was doing was better than what I wanted or what I thought. Do y'all hear me? Knowing that everything that happened in my life, I'll even run it back. Plot twist, I lost my apartment, car, like all at the same time. Had to find a new job. Y'all, plot twists are going to happen. And what you have to remind yourself of in those moments, this is hard and I can do it. I'll be truthful. In those moments, you don't even focus on what am I learning. That's just, I'll say that for me. I wasn't focused on what I was learning. I was just trying to survive. And maybe you're in the place where you're just trying to survive, and that's okay. And when you come out of survival mode, you can look back on it to say, okay, what were the things that I learned? In the middle of it, ain't nobody trying to figure out what they learned. Let's just be honest. I would love for that to be the truth. I will say for me, I wasn't trying to figure out what I was learning. I was just trying to make it. And it's okay for you to be in survival mode for a little while. And then you have to push to a place of contentment mode. I'm not just surviving anymore. I've learned some things about from where I was. So God taught me his plan was better than mine. I could come back from things that I didn't think I could come back from. And honestly, I know people say it like, oh, you're stronger than you think. I really did realize in those moments how truly powerful I was to be able to push through things I never saw happening in my life. That's truth. To push through emotions and situations and things that I never thought I would have had to push through. I didn't imagine the stuff I went through as a little girl, right? And so I didn't imagine as an adult things that I would go through. I didn't imagine as an adult the things I'd have to deal with and the lessons I'd have to learn, truthfully. It's funny when plot twists hit and you look and you're like, wait, this wasn't on the vision board. I do vision boards at the beginning of the year. And it's like, wait a minute, that was not part of the plan that I had. And so just learning and understanding that whatever you're going through and whatever you're dealing with, it's not to bring you down or make you think that you can't. It is absolutely part of rerouting you to where you're meant to be. And I want to encourage you to understand that the reroute is meant to build you and take you where you're supposed to be. When I look back on those moments, not opening the bakery was only meant to reroute me to writing the book. Having that be like, oh, that's not going to happen, rerouted me to saying, what else can I do? Actually, let me run that back. It was coaching first. Getting my coaching certification, going to school for that, realizing, rerouting, need to write the book, rerouting me to motivational speaking and coaching, rerouting me to the Squad podcast because I had purpose moments in the beginning. That walking into those rooms as a coach rerouted me to start hosting retreats. When I hosted my first one, I had never even been to one. So there's that. Did I ever imagine no. What? I'm not hosting nothing. I don't even like women like that. I'll be honest, that's the story. That was one of the things that I said. I don't like women. I don't do women. And the rerouting of me opening myself up to you do women and you do women well, and not all women are the same. Rerouting me. So everything that I went through, dealt with, did, rerouted me to something else. And then it was like, oh, okay. And then the reroute was like, oh, okay. Because I thought I was going to host retreats forever, just retreats. And here in November, I'm hosting a conference. It's like, wait a minute. I was good with, being open to your life being rerouted is how you evolve. That's evolution, y'all. That's how you evolve to the person that you were always meant to become. And thinking back, I was always the person that friends came to. I was always the person that other friends bought their other friends to. I was with one of my really good friends this weekend and she reminded me of that. You've always been the person that people came to talk to. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about that. You're right. I was always the person that people brought their friends to. And so when you pay attention, you'll understand and know the rerouted situations in my life were the things that built me. Do you hear me, my friend? The rerouting that happens in your life are going to be the very things that build you. It built my character. It taught me how to be hurt and heal from hurt. It taught me how to deal with women in a way that was loving and kind because I was hurt and rerouted so many times through relationships with women. It taught me how I didn't want to be. And I want to talk to you about the power of pivoting without losing your faith. Hear me when I say this, y'all. There are going to be many times in your life when you have to pivot and life does not go the way you want. But I don't want you to let the rerouting and the plot twist to make you have a distorted view of a father that loves you. All things work together for the good of them that are called according to his purposes, y'all. All of those things are working together for your good. I promise you they are, even in the moments when they don't feel like it. So pivot without losing your perspective or knowing that you have a purpose. How do you stay grounded in your identity when things change is knowing that you have a father who loves you and knowing that he's working everything out to work for you. That's the truth. I would cry at night and be like, I don't understand this at all. And I know you're here with me. I don't feel it all the time. Then I didn't. I was like, I'm being honest with y'all today. I didn't always feel like he was there. I didn't. I often felt like, man, I'm out here by myself. Like, are you upset? Are you mad at me? Did I do something, God? Whatever I did, please forgive me because life was just slapping me in my face, thing after thing after thing after thing after thing. And I couldn't understand why or what I had done for all of these things to just happen all at once. And when I was just, like I said, surviving, when I was able to get out of survival mode, looking back now on it, man, it was some of the toughest time in my life, but it taught me some of the greatest lessons about people, about myself, about resilience and how to pick yourself up when no one else is cheering for you. Let me just encourage somebody that feels like that today. You are sitting there feeling like nobody is cheering for you and you are barely even making it. You're not even walking, baby. You are crawling. I understand I've been where you are. I want to encourage you that even when nobody's clapping in the corner for you, you're going to have to get on your knees, drag yourself, and you might not be clapping, you might be crying, but keep dragging yourself till you can get on all fours, baby, okay? Then once you do that, get on your knees. Then I have to do it. I'm getting a little older. Put one knee up and the other one still down till you can push yourself up. Do you hear me today? Sometimes you're going to be the only one while you're sitting in that corner crying, telling yourself you can do this. Telling yourself you can make it, you can accomplish it, you can get through it. Now, writing that book, I cried so many tears. I was like, there's no way I'm going to finish this. And so you stay grounded in your identity and knowing that you have a father that loves you, even when you feel no one else around you does. And so I want to encourage you, write new I want to encourage you, write new chapters instead of mourning the unwritten ones. Y'all, write a new chapter. Stop mourning what you thought would be and start creating. Take the pen and start writing the new thing, right? Plot twist. Don't focus on what you felt it should be. Take a look at what it is now and what it can and will become. We got to get out of this. Oh, I thought I would be married by now. I thought I would have a car by now. Thought I would have a house, or maybe I thought I would have a child by now, or I'd be further along than I am right now. All the things that we say to ourselves. Maybe I'm not where I thought I would be, but I'm further along than I thought I would be. Not where I thought I would be, further along than I thought I would be. This is not where I thought I would be. But man, I'm glad I'm here. I am. I'm glad that I'm here. And so, what thing are you still, oh, I wish it would have been, instead of picking up the pen and starting writing again? hmm So, for every woman that feels stuck, I'm talking to you. You are not off course. You are exactly where you are meant to be. And I need you to understand that you are on a custom route. Stop looking over at the people beside you. Stop thinking about the past and know that you are routed exactly where you're supposed to be going. So when things don't go the way that you planned for them to, sis, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. There's something you're learning that you're going to need further down the line. There's something inside of you that's growing, that's showing you that yes, you can. There's something that you're letting go of that can't go with you to the next place. Be okay with the plot twist, girl. Okay? Because they're making you, creating you, and doing all the things that you need for your next chapter, your next scene, whatever you want to call it. Because plot twists in a movie, I love them, right? So think about that same thing in your life. Plot twists in your life. I go, oh, I didn't see that happening, but man, and at the end of the movie, you're like, oh, that was so good. I understand. Did you see that plot twist? Oh my gosh, that was great. So, y'all, be okay with the plot twist and know that they are creating, making, and challenging you to be exactly who you were always meant to be. So, as we wrap up, sis, plot twists are okay. They're simply there to rewrite the script so that where you end up is exactly where you're supposed to be. All right, y'all, we're going to get into these rapid fire questions. I don't know what they are, but I'm excited pulling them up right now. So I hope today's episode encourages you to know that we all have things that we've been through and gone through and dealt with, things that didn't happen the way that we wanted them to go. But I'm encouraging you, it's okay. Don't mourn what was or what you wanted it to be. Think about the things from the perspective of what it can and will be. All right. What's one thing you planned for in your life that didn't happen? Becoming an attorney. I knew I was going to law school. Do you hear me? I was like, I'm gonna be one of the baddest attorneys ever. And guess what happened? I was about to leave, got my paralegal certificate, was gonna go to go to get my bachelor's degree and go to law school, and got pregnant with my daughter, Katana. Plot twist. Do y'all hear me? So it did not happen the way that I wanted to, but man, one of the best things ever came out of that plot twist. Okay. And what's one thing that you never planned that you're now grateful for? Saying yes to hosting my first retreat. I was so scared and felt absolutely, I really, honestly, truthfully didn't know what I was doing. Man, I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that I said yes and leaned into something that I was unsure about and definitely very scared about. And I'm so thankful that I just allowed God to do what he does, to do what he does. If your life was a movie genre right now, what would it be? Drama? No, it wouldn't be a drama. I would say an action-packed faith film. That's what it'd be. An action-packed faith film. That's where I am right now. Y'all. It's like, wait, what's going on right now? Some days I wake up like, wait, what just happened? Okay. So I'd say a faith-filled action movie. I love action movies. What's one plot twist you'd go back and say thank you to God for? One plot twist that I'd go back and say thank you for. There's so many, honestly, but I think the one that I'll say one, after my last baby, I got postpartum. I never knew what that was. I heard it and I'd be like, oh, people are crazy. And so to all the postpartum people out there that have ever felt that, y'all, I'm sorry. I would go back and tell God, thank you for giving me that, because I was one that was like, how could you go through postpartum? Because I didn't understand it. You just had a new baby. How could you not be excited and happy? That was my perspective on it. Y'all, I am so sorry. I truly am. I had that with my last daughter. And man, I would go back and tell God, thank you for that. It truly gave me a different perspective and a heart that just is like, oh my gosh, like, what can I do for you? How can I help? I'll come and let you. And honestly, every woman in my life that has a baby, they probably look at me like I'm crazy because I'm like, how can I help you? What can I do? Here, I sent dinner for you, or I'm going to come and sit with you. And I know they're like, but I know I learned how it felt to have this new baby and still feel this overarching theme of what do I do? Or knowing the baby was crying and you should pick them up and just not even being able to physically move to do it. And so I would tell God, thank you for that. And I know some people are probably like, what? It gave me a new perspective, truthfully, on what can happen to a woman after she has a baby, because I had never experienced it before. And so honestly, that would be something I would go back. That was a plot twist for me, 100% for sure. What's a dream you let go of that you might be ready to revisit? I would say a dream that I let go of was, especially because of the season, with my girls and things like that, was being a traveling motivational speaker. And I truly, every day, am like kind of sort of watching it unfold in front of me. And it's just kind of like, oh, okay. And writing a second book. Because I wrote my first one, A Letter to a Father, all the things you want to say. You can get it on Amazon. Um, I'm revisiting writing a second book. I kind of had let go of it, just feeling like, oh, one and done, we're good. So writing a second book would definitely be one. Fill in the blank. I used to think I didn't have a purpose, but now I know that I absolutely do. And that my purpose connects to someone else, right? You know what we say over here at the Squad Podcast. And what's one thing the plot twist taught you about you? That I'm capable of more than I thought I was. That life can and will knock you down. And I somehow would have the strength to get back up even when I didn't want to. What chapter are you writing now? I would say the chapter that I'm writing right now is It Broke Me and It Built Me. Yeah, that's the chapter. That's it right there. The chapter that I'm in is It Broke Me and It Built Me. Looking at things that I've gone through in my life and looking at the lessons that I did learn. There were some things that broke me to my core, y'all, and it built me all at the same time. So sis, today I'm encouraging you. Plot twists are going to happen. You get to decide to pick up the pen and begin rewriting the script, because we all have moments in our life where things have happened. So y'all, get out there. You have to walk in your purpose, because your purpose connects to someone else. We are out here combat ready, always fighting for the best versions of us. Y'all, click the subscribe button if you didn't already. Share this podcast with somebody who needs to hear. Y'all, plot twists are going to happen. But girl, you got to get up and you got to keep moving, right? You got to roll with the twist. You still got to be victorious at the end of the movie. Do you hear me today? Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Please DM me on Instagram a name of someone who you know has an amazing story that they need to share with the squad. Thank you, squad, so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Download this episode, please, y'all. Share it with somebody else. And don't forget to subscribe so that you are in the know and that you can get our monthly email. Go to tashamore.com, hit the subscribe link, put in your email address so that every month you'll be in the know of what's going on with the squad. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Bye.